The two most fun things that you have talked about so far that you've gotten to do are be homeless and be drowned. Do I need to call somebody?
I never even finished that story now that I'm thinking about it.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to Breaking the Meta. My name is Mike Winson. Today, we are sitting down with a new friend from the vertical world because I'm not sure if I should be angry or not, but y'all have gotten me hooked on verticals. Her name is Lexi Angel. She is literally one of the sweetest young ladies I've maybe have ever met in my entire life. Lexi, how are you doing, my friend?
Hi, I'm doing really good. That's so sweet of you to say.
Well, it's true. So let's start this off just by letting us get to know you a little bit. So I know you grew up in Florida, correct?
I did. Yes.
Did you enjoy Florida? Do you actually are you happy you got out of there?
Florida was a beautiful place to grow up. I would say a lot of us kids probably grew up a little bit faster because it is a little bit crazy in Florida for sure, especially South Florida.
Yeah.
Um,
because you were in Parkland, right?
yes, I was also in Parkland, Florida, which I'm assuming a lot of people recognize the city Parkland, Florida for
Unfortunately,
what happens there.
yes.
Yeah, so I did go to Stoneman Douglas. Maybe not the best way to start off the podcast, but
It's okay. Wow.
I went there. I was a freshman in college when all the things went down.
Wow.
But yeah, it was a great place. I had a great community. It's where I found my love for theater and acting and everything. And um, yeah. So grew up a scuba diver, which was also cool. So
That sounds very normal for most Floridians, especially if you're anywhere near a coastal.
absolutely.
And then
Absolutely.
then you graduated. Did you I can't remember where you went to school. Did you
Yeah, I
go to
actually
New York to grad?
no, so I graduated high school and then I got into the BFA musical theater program at Ball State in Indiana. So I spent 4 years in
Oh,
Indiana in the Midwest. And
how was that for
then
a
from there,
transition?
well, I wanted to get out of Florida. I wanted a new experience, and I was very
Okay.
dead set on being in a musical theater program, which is highly competitive. I had to go to Chicago and audition for
Musical theater programs are crazy.
they're really crazy. I mean, like thousands of people apply to these programs, if not more, and like 20 people
For
get
like
in.
2 or 3 spots.
Yeah. I mean, some like FSU, I think they accept like 6 people in their program. Mine was different. We had, I think, 24 when we started. We ended with like 16. So highly competitive, very immersive experience, but it was really fun. Like I was just in my musical theater bubble in college, and I just got to study what I loved, and
Mm,
yeah, it was the best place to do it. And then I moved to New York.
yeah. And then you
Yeah.
moved to New York.
Then I moved to New York. Yes.
How was
How was
that?
New
I mean, we talked a little bit before, and you kind of wish you were back in New York.
I do. I just love the energy of the city. You really do either love it or hate it. And I always felt so inspired just walking outside my door. I felt like I could take like I just that type of energy always gave me that inspiration to stay motivated, stay consistent, stay
Mm,
determined. I don't know why. I just loved the chaos of it. But I did graduate school, and it was kind of a little bit after the pandemic. So moving to New York as a young artist during these uncertain times was very tough.
yeah.
Especially when I don't even think Broadway at that time had reopened, or they opened and they closed, so everything was very uncertain.
It was.
And I was, yeah. So
Yeah,
finding your
I got a
way,
friend who's in Broadway in New York.
so probably a little bit, especially around that time, what it was like for everybody. Um, yeah, so we were just all trying to find our way. Um, and it led me to Los Angeles. So,
Which is crazy. So why? Okay, how did the transition from playing Priscilla Presley
yeah.
in Elvis to playing Ava in the Mafia Bosses Regret? How? Please walk me through that kind of transition, because that feels wild to me.
Totally. So my manager, who I'm still with, he had gotten me my first vertical role. And I really didn't have any TV film experience, to be honest. And he said, I think you should do it. It'll give you great exposure. You can see what it's like. I have some clients who have done these verticals. I had no idea what they were. I had no idea. And I was like, you know what? Sure, this sounds really fun. This sounds like a cool opportunity. I'm open to anything. I showed up and I was so nervous. I usually I've studied this. I know how to show up and do my job, but there was something so different about being
Yeah.
in front of a camera and the way in which everything worked. And I thankfully was a quick study. But I had such a fun time, and I fell in love with the way, like, of being on a set. I just fell in love with being on set. And luckily, that production company that I'd worked for in New York, they brought me back for another vertical and another vertical and another vertical. And that's kind of
Yeah.
how I got my start. Was the producer of that company just saw something in me, which was so special. And I built such a great relationship with them. And that kind of introduced me to a director who brought me on for uh, the Single Farmer Daddy vertical, which was my first real
I saw
short
that one.
one. And that was my first lead, and that one blew up, which then brought me to the Mafia boss. And so it kind of just snowballed from there, which was really cool. And
That is
I
really
think
cool.
what was so special about these non-union short movies was that it was giving a lot of exposure to actors and actresses who didn't have exposure. And I feel like it kind of was, everybody kind of on set calls it boot camp, because you're doing things in lightning speed and you really either sink or swim. And it's something in my brain. I just love how it works. And
Yeah.
I've been swimming pretty well. So yeah.
Yeah. You sure have.
Yeah.
You do have that musical theater background, and musical theater in some ways is very sink or swim, because you don't get to make a mistake. I mean, you can make a mistake in musical
True.
theater, obviously, but the goal is, like, it's live. Like, you're doing it in front of everyone. You don't get, it's not like you can say, hold on, I forgot my line, or I messed this up. We got to keep going in musical theater.
Yeah, it definitely gives you this. Yeah, it gives you the skill of being a smart actor, which I think is incredibly important. And knowing in the way in which any production flows and how everything comes together is so important in order to fit your tiny piece in the puzzle.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Well,
so yeah.
I mean, I saw Single Farmer Daddy, and it was great.
It's so funny.
I think that is the weird. I think that's the weird thing for me about doing what I'm doing, where I'm, like, getting to know all of you, is, like, I get to the point of being friends with you, and then I watch these and I'm like, this is really weird.
It's really weird. They're really weird.
Like,
if you
so
saw us
weird.
If you saw us on set sometimes, like, trying to get these words out, there are days where it can be really hard. Especially so yeah, it can be very challenging. When I first met Shay, who plays Dante in the Mafia Boss's Regret, he and I have very similar playful, laughing personalities. And
Yeah.
we got to like day 3, and there were some scenes where we had to like look at each other in the eyes and be like, you have to lock in for this. Because it's so fun and silly, but
Yeah.
yeah, the stories are.
Have you done any ones where you like you saw the script or you started doing it and you're just like, I don't want to say these words. I don't want to be in this anymore because it's just like almost so cringe.
Totally. I will say what's kind of helped me, and I've had these conversations with some of my coworkers in the past. I was very much taught that you're not allowed to judge the character. You're not allowed to judge the story. You're not allowed to judge the words. And I came into that, and I think that's why maybe I became successful pretty quickly, of just accepting that this is the world in which these characters live in.
Yeah.
And my job as an actress is to find the truth in these words. And I think, of course, it's this more absurd reality that they live in, and these defined vertical trope stories that we live in, and
Yeah.
finding the truth in it. And I think that's where my musical theater background really helped me,
Mm.
was not really trying to judge it, but come at it with like the best way of truth that I could possibly find. But there are times, especially towards the intimacy stuff, where those are where my boundaries come up, because I'm like, I have no problem doing intimacy when it helps provide, helps the story along. But when it starts feeling
Yeah.
like this is clickbait, or this feels
Gratuitous
overly, yeah,
intimacy.
sexualized for no reason other than the fact that that is the sole purpose of it being there, that's
Yeah.
usually where I start to question things, just in terms, just for my own boundaries, as what do I want to represent, who do I want to be represented as. That's more so where those boundaries come up for me. So
Yeah.
yeah.
What was it like doing, because did you have experience doing intimacy scenes before you started doing verticals, or like
I
what was it
did.
like?
I did, but it was never to this level. And I will say I never have a problem speaking up on set. I always feel comfortable. You know, I've always had, actually that's not true. But all the times except for one, I've had intimacy coordinators on set, which has been really
Mm,
helpful.
yeah.
Um and most of the time, everybody who's in the room, we're all on the same page. We all want to make sure everyone's comfortable. We want to make sure we're all ready to go. And then, it depends on coworker to coworker or director. It depends on the team and how we come about creating it. I've had some scenes where we're like, we're gonna beat this intimacy scene out, and it's gonna be so choreographed that it's like perfected. And then I've had other things where we're like, we'll just figure it out. But it just depends. It just
Which
depends.
would you rather have? Which is more comfortable for you?
The more that I've done them, the less that I feel like I need to have it all beat out. It definitely, for time's
Choreographed.
sake, helps when it's all choreographed out. And the thing is, when you go in, you already have set boundaries, like, don't do this, don't do this, don't do that. We kind of have an idea of what's going to happen in terms of like, we kiss, we go, and then we kind of figure it out in the moment. But I found that that kind of takes
Hmm.
a little bit more time to get the right angles and the right whatever the shot is that they want, versus just kind of having it all finely
Yeah.
tuned. You get a little
Yeah.
bit quicker. So
Yeah. As you said, you kind of are somewhat new in the vertical world. What styles of vertical dramas that you haven't had a chance to do yet do you still like? Are you still hoping you get picked for?
I just did my first fantasy style one, and
Okay.
I
Like
think,
werewolf kind of a thing?
hmm yes, and I think verticals play so much better in those types of worlds because it's already heightened. So when you add more heightened into it, to me, it was a lot easier to lean into because you're already in this fantasy world.
Mm,
Sorry about this fly that's
yeah.
just flying everywhere. So
It's okay.
I I did just do one. I would love to do more. And also something that I would love to do, I'm giving my ideas to the world, so here we go. I
Yeah,
would
do it.
love to do a more John Tucker Must Die style vertical. I don't
Mm,
know if you've seen that movie,
yeah.
but having all like a group of all of these incredible, well-known vertical women being together against kind of like one guy, that sounds so much fun to me because
Yeah.
I love myself a vertical girl. They're awesome. So being on
You
set
know,
and with a bunch of vertical girls and doing scenes all day together sounds the
heck
best.
yeah. Yeah. It's funny that you say that you're just throwing your ideas out because I've pretty much been doing that with the friends that I've been making. And I'm like, I think the last one I told them was you should make a vertical where it's a strong, successful, powerful woman who's the billionaire and the guy isn't a billionaire in any way, shape, or form. There's not, it's not even because they're just all, it's either the guy is a hidden billionaire and the girl
Hmm.
is just a random person, or the woman is strong and like powerful but the guy is also strong and powerful, they just don't know, neither of it knows it yet. I'm like, you need to have one where the girl is powerful and the guy is just a guy.
Yeah, I have seen those, but the woman always ends up signing over her deeds to the
Yeah,
guy. Um, in some because
yeah,
she
none of that,
trusts
none of
him, and
that.
then yeah. I was in one early on where I played like the sidekick of the villain where that kind of happened. She was
Okay.
about to sign over, and then she found out about the mistress, and then but there was still, then it was just the whole story was the villain attacking the lead the whole time. So I don't even know if it would be something worth watching, but
Yeah.
I have kind of seen
um
those before.
yeah, I just think it
Yeah.
would be fun to it'd be fun to change the narratives of them. Again, they're fun to watch. They're hilarious. I'm literally cracking up or
Yeah.
cringing at half the things you guys are doing. But I'm just like, it doesn't need to be more realistic because I don't think it was ever meant to be realistic per se.
No.
But let's, I think we could change the general narratives of what is
Yeah.
considered acceptable and what is even
Yeah.
reality in many cases.
Yeah, and I think what I've learned, I just came back from China not too long ago. And
Whew.
yeah, I just did a vertical in China. What I learned is that there are cultural differences, and those are really where the
Mm,
stories are originating. So I think the way we as Americans watch these stories versus how they do in Asia are very different. I
mm.
totally agree with what you're saying. I'm like, what if we just threw out different options? But for whatever reason, yeah, I think it just comes from the story of class, the story of women are very different
Mm,
elsewhere.
yeah.
Hmm.
What was it like doing a vertical in China compared to like the United States? Is it different?
It was very different. Um,
Yeah.
it was very different. A lot of people have very different perspectives. I knew that it was going to be different. I have heard lots of stories of people not having a great time. I was
Mm,
lucky enough I knew the director, and I knew I had worked with her before, and I had worked kind of with my co-star. So I said if there's ever an opportunity to go, it's when I'm familiar with the main people I'll be with. So that was definitely helpful in terms of communicating on set and stuff. But they do things very differently over there, and the crew, the way like they used handhelds the whole time where they're just holding the camera, whereas here,
Oh,
yeah, whereas here in the States, a lot of times we'll tripod something. There are times where we'll do handhelds here and there for certain types of, different feel, but I think just because of the pace in which we're going, we really need to focus on getting the focus, and that's harder to
yeah,
do when you're like
yeah.
holding a camera for 12 hours. So it took a little bit longer in terms of getting shot. Organization is a little bit different there. They're not as worried about overtime and stuff over there. So there
Yeah,
was a
who
lot
has
of
to worry
over.
about overtime?
Yeah. So yeah, there were like little differences like that I thought was interesting. And yeah, yeah.
Did you get to
But
see, do you get to see like China, or is it like you land, you go into this the area that you're filming and you kind of just are there?
yeah, so I learned a lot from my experience because I usually what I've learned now is that most actors, when they go over, they get a day to kind of readjust. And
Hmm.
I did not get that full day of readjustment. So I basically
Ooh.
landed after 24 hours of flying or traveling, I'll
Oh,
say. And then the
no.
next day, I did get to sleep in, but I went straight to work. And then that was it. So the level of fatigue, and it was very hot, peak summer in China. I
Oh
was
my goodness.
struggling when I wasn't needed, which was rare. I was sitting down. I could barely stand.
Mm.
So that was really difficult just in terms of transition. And I was like, I'll be fine. I'm young. I'll bounce back. No, heat exhaustion, travel exhaustion, time difference. I had my butt handed to me for sure. So that was a struggle. And then by day 5, which halfway through I was able to readjust, but by then it was almost over. But I spent most of my
Right.
time just
Yeah.
trying to like catch up uh on rest, really. So I
And how
didn't
long did
really
it
get
take you to
to.
finally recover when you got home?
When I got home, thankfully, I didn't have to do anything. So I just laid in bed and rotted and took care of myself. I did get sick as soon as I got back.
Of course you
I
did.
I got sick. I held on until I was back here. So
Mm.
I took my time to rest, and I didn't have anything to keep me, take me away from just resting. So that was nice. But I'm grateful for the experience, and I definitely would do it again. So you
Yeah,
just learn a little bit more about your needs after going through it. So now I know.
sure.
Hmm.
So your co-star from Single Farmer Daddy, which is still the funniest name of any
It's
of the ones.
so funny.
It's so funny.
Funny. It's so
Seth, but
funny.
Seth,
Yeah.
Seth has said that fans have done things like carve him wooden dolls and things like that from it. Have fans done anything fun for you from your shows?
I think the most common thing that I've had done that other people like to make fan edits. I've seen a lot of those. Uh Seth has been
There's a lot of fan pages. Fan pages for you guys
fan
is like
pages,
it's crazy.
especially for the guys. They love the guys.
Yes.
Yeah. Seth was a ReelShort, the
You need to
king of
give the girls
ReelShort.
some love for those fan pages.
I mean, they do. There are definitely some, pages that have. I know Abigail Fawn has one, Nicole Maddox has one. So the girls
Yeah.
who have been along the vertical path for a while, they have them,
Yeah.
but the men, yeah, they do love the men. They do love the men.
Yes.
I haven't really had anything like that though, no. I did just check my
Not
DMs not
yet.
too long ago, and I
Not
had
yet.
my first marriage proposal, so there was that at least.
Really?
Yes!
Congratulations. You've
Thank you
gotten
so
married
much.
on show and now you're getting the
On
proposals offline. That's great.
Yes, yes. So fun. So at least there's that. Something very silly. Every time I get married, I send my mom a picture of me in the wedding dress and we critique the dress as if it was my actual wedding. So that's something fun
Yeah.
to look that I look forward to. I'm like, what do we think of this dress, mom?
Yeah.
So I have plenty of wedding dress options for when Lexi
Yes.
gets married. Yeah. Yeah.
Yes. Yes.
Mhm.
You've obviously done musical theater and now you've done vertical acting.
Mhm.
Which one do you like more?
Oh, that's
Because by the
so.
way, for everyone listening, Lexi is an absolutely fantastic, amazing singer.
Oh, thank
Just
you.
like you just get on TikTok and you're like, I'm just gonna sing Hamilton. You just do it. Like I can
That's
sing, but I cannot sing like that.
oh, thank you so much. That was my number one thing as a kid. My first love was singing, and more than singing itself, I loved the skill of singing. I'm super passionate about how the voice works, and that has been
Mm,
something that I just love tweaking and listening and fine tuning the voice. It's such a fun,
yeah.
unique muscle, and
Mm,
that's where my passion began is singing. So thank you for saying that.
well, you
Between
deserve it.
Yeah, thank you. Between theater and, vertical specifically, it's really hard. I'm also not someone who does favorites even because I'm too open-minded sometimes to my demise.
Okay, well let's put it this way. Let's ask a question in a different way. I am a production company and I'm doing a vertical called uh, Werewolf Werewolf CEO's baby mama uh, 3000 and and but I'm also doing a musical that is very Hamilton like, but it's not Hamilton. Which would you pick?
Is it a Broadway musical or just a
Yeah,
musical?
Broadway.
Well, here's the thing. In terms of the opportunities, Broadway is a huge goal. So I would have to
It's
pick.
off Broadway, Broadway.
It's off Broadway, Broadway. Just, another random theater.
Yeah, it's the because for those listening, just so you know, they're really weird about what makes something a Broadway and what makes it off Broadway. All that's
That's
required to be Broadway is 500 or more seats in the audience. So all off Broadway shows have 499 seats in them.
I don't know why you're making me laugh so much, but that is technically true. Um,
It's so true and it's
oh gosh.
hilarious.
For me,
So yeah, off Broadway, Broadway, or a vertical, and you get the main part in the vertical,
sure.
and and uh and they're gonna give you some cool like fight scene that you've never gotten to do before.
Um, I think I'm gonna
I don't
choose
know.
I think I'm gonna choose the musical. I haven't done theater in a while, so that sounds fun. And it's
Yeah,
also it's a longer experience. Uh,
that is true.
so it would be a
That is
lot of
true.
fun to get back in and do something for a few months with a group of people where we're just in our bubble of the show is so fun.
Yeah,
It's so
yeah.
fun.
I I I I told Lawson, who's the one who's doing the production company, that if she ever wants just a random guy who can sing in any of her stuff to hit me up, I'll fly down. I can act because you saw the thing because I wrote that thing that I sent you, which is that was
That's
thing that was hilarious
awesome.
thing to do. I love acting. I love singing. I love doing all this stuff. I've never been formally trained. I'm just always about performing.
Yeah.
I would love to do that I would love to have that experience of a vertical or a musical or anything. Like just experience it one time, even if I was
Yeah.
a
You
side
should
character. And
you should see if they have community theater in your town. That it's so doable. It's so doable and it's
yeah,
so fun. It's so fun that I
yeah,
grew
I
up
have
doing
this.
community theater.
So we do have one somewhat near us. I have this problem where I'm good at a lot of things. So the people that I know that do theater stuff also
Yeah.
know that I'm good with sound and lighting. So
Oh, okay.
whenever there's a show, they don't think about me to actually do the singing or acting. They say, "You're really good at the sound and the lighting. Let's have you run that."
You have to do some
So I think if
negotiations,
I'm ever
what
going to
I'm
get a
hearing.
real shot, I'm going to have to travel.
That's fair. That is fair. Well, I will definitely keep you in mind if an opportunity ever arises.
Heck yeah. Heck
Yeah.
yeah. That would be awesome. That would be so cool to act with all of you amazing people. That would just be sick.
Yeah. If you ever are in LA, it's very easy to be background or day player in verticals.
Yeah.
Especially if
Yeah.
you know, if you know some people, you could give them a text, be like, "Hey,
You know
do you
people.
need anybody today?" And a lot of the times they do. A lot of the times they do
Well,
need people. So
I'll
if you're
definitely
ever
keep that in
traveling,
mind.
yeah, you should.
Yeah.
You should definitely keep that in mind. It might be a lot easier than you think, actually. Just saying.
Okay. So you said you just were doing you just finished recording a show or a vertical just recently. Are you able to talk about that one at all, or are there any other movies that you got coming up that or shows
Yeah.
that you coming up that you want to talk about?
I think the safe answer is to not talk about things until they're out, and I don't think that
Fair.
that one will be out on TikTok. I don't know
Okay.
when, but the one I just had a show come out on ReelShort on the 18th called My
Okay.
Billionaire's Rival. I'm pretty sure that's what it's called. They changed the name on them and then they don't tell you. So let me double check and
Oh.
make sure that's right. When
If there were
yeah,
as many billionaires as there are in verticals in real life, this would be a much
right,
different world we live in.
right.
Anyways,
I want to.
continue.
Oh,
What is
it's
what is
actually.
what is this one about?
I'm looking on ReelShort right now. It's called Honey Trapped, My Fiancé's Billionaire Rival, and it has 195,000 views at the moment, and it's number 2 on the top daily top ranking. So it's doing well.
Heck yeah.
It's a lawyer one.
Congratulations.
Thank you. It's got some lawyer jargon in it, so that's fun.
Okay.
And I am
Are you a lawyer?
I am a lawyer. I am a lawyer.
Wow.
Of course, I only became
Congratulations.
a lawyer because a man, when I was homeless, took pity on me and took me into school, and I became his wife. Well, not wife, but his fiance and a lawyer. So thank you to him for.
Oh my gosh.
But
It's almost as bad as the ones where they get married, where in the beginning the guy is marrying the main character, but she's massively overweight, and then she works out and becomes hot, and now
and then
everyone
he can
wants
love
him,
her.
and then it's
Yeah.
oh my gosh.
Exactly. Yeah. I will say playing the orphan was really fun.
Yeah.
Playing maybe not orphan, but playing homeless was really fun. I have also played
What was fun about playing homeless? That's a very interesting statement to make.
So I think this was one of the last things we shot, and it was towards the very end of the day. I when I'm on set, you'll see on my social media, I have like a thing called Another Day, Another Wet, because they love for me to be soaking wet on set at all times. And I just think it's crazy. I'm either in a rain scene, in the pool, have been waterboarded, my hair is always wet on set. And so I always
They're just
try
like, your
to
hair looks really good wet, so we're gonna keep doing it.
I don't know. Sometimes I had like wine for this one. I had wine poured on me in all of the scenes where I was kidnapped.
Of course.
Red wine. The red wine just appears out of nowhere, and the villain, who was played by Madison West, has to pour red wine on me every time that I'm unconscious. It's like a thing.
When
they
I was
wanted the red
watching
wine.
the single, yeah, when I was watching Single Farmer Daddy, there was
Rain scene.
It was one episode or one scene in the beginning where you got pizza shoved in your chest, and literally the next scene after it, the pizza was off of your chest.
Yes. So
I was like,
actually,
wow, you cleaned up really fast.
Mm-hmm. So I don't know if you can even see it, but we had shot that pizza. It was ketchup. And what I didn't realize is,
of course,
it took us a while to get that whole scene done. And I kept wiping the ketchup off in between, and I kept doing it, and it started to sting my chest. Like it was burning at one point.
No.
So
like the vinegar.
When we carried on into the next scene, I said, can I have a towel of me walking into the room? So technically you were supposed to see that I was wiping it off, but I guess the editor just decided to leave that part out. But we had shot something of me just with a towel in my hand so you could see that I had wiped it off, but it doesn't read very well.
Yeah.
But yeah, I guess technically I was supposed to have the ketchup still all over me, but it was stinging so bad that we came up with a solution, and then it didn't read very well on camera. Yeah, I love
it was funny. I was just like, she's clean.
Yes, exactly. I think one of my favorite, now that we're just on the topic of stunts and water, I did spend a full, like, maybe 2 or 3 hours in a pool doing a drowning scene, which was so much fun. That it's so funny saying that out loud.
Your idea, I'm gonna say, I Lexi, okay. So far,
I sound so twisted.
So far, we've got what have we gotten so far? Let's go back for just 1 second. The two most fun things that you have talked about so far that you've gotten to do are be homeless and be drowned. I need to call somebody?
I never even finished that story now that I'm thinking about it. The reason I really liked being homeless, so it was a very long day on set. I go to change, and then I come out, and they have just this whole thing set up the way Art and the props set up this tent with these cans. It made me laugh so much that it was just this random homeless scene insert. And I was just, they had like a little bucket for me to sit on, and a car was gonna come, and just, and that to me is so funny. And it was just hilarious that I was homeless. So I just loved being homeless.
I mean, it's fine that you enjoyed it. I just thought it was hilarious that we're just like, yeah, my favorite scene's being homeless and drowning.
And the drowning, I really enjoyed because it got to bring out the Florida scuba diving, free diving side of me, where I got to be in a pool, and it was a skill that I haven't used in a while. And I was just like, you want me to go down and play dead again? That's so much fun to me. Because I'm in the pool and I'm swimming and I get to free dive in a way. And the shot, that show was his Cure His Wife. You'll get a kick out of that story. That shot ended up being so cool. And it really ended up being very impressive. And in verticals, because things are shot so fast, sometimes, especially pool scenes, they're not going to spend as much time. They had a whole underwater camera. We were in there for a few hours, and it was a blast, just in terms of finding that shot. Because it's a whole different type of thing you're creating with your body and water. And that was really fun for me to explore and work with the DP and the director and the stunt coordinator to find. So that's why I really liked it. So you'll have to go watch His Cure His Wife on Drama Wave just to see the drowning scene. I think it's before the paywall too. So
before the paywall, I'll have to check it out definitely then.
Yeah.
Okay. I want to do I want to I want to do a speed roundy thing. This is like
Okay.
a get to know Lexi speed roundy. Okay.
Okay. Okay.
Top coffee order.
Ooh. Currently, banana syrup coffee. A banana bread type coffee. I'm so into these days.
Okay. Okay.
Or pumpkin spice. I'll go. Or pumpkin spice is coming soon. Pumpkin spice is coming soon.
You're just gonna go basic white girl
that's
instead.
More normal. That's more normal. I'll go pumpkin spice.
No, that's fine. Banana.
But I have been so addicted to the banana coffee.
Do it.
Anyway.
Hey, you. More power to you. I just wasn't expecting it. Favorite breakfast food?
Sausage, egg, and cheese on a bagel.
There you go. Love it.
Yeah.
Beach or mountains? I already know the answer to that one.
Beach.
Yeah.
Beach all the way.
Yeah. Dog or cat?
Yeah. Dog.
Favorite kind of dog?
Well, should I show you my dog? He's laying right at my feet. I think he would take the cake. He's a doodle. He's
Do
a
it.
mix between.
Let's see it. I mean, I've seen the dog, but show everybody your dog.
I will. Come here, Remy. Oh, this is Remy. He's my favorite kind of dog.
Oh.
Oh, and I'm deathly allergic to cats as well. So.
Really?
There's that. Yeah. Can't be around cats or all. Yeah. So there's that.
Favorite comfort food?
A cheeseburger.
From a specific place or the one that you make on your own?
Any cheeseburger, preferably not something I have to make at home.
Any cheeseburger. Gotcha. Last show you binged?
The Marvelous Mrs. Maisel.
Oh, okay.
That's one of my favorite.
Morning person or night owl?
Night owl.
Okay. Window or aisle seat?
Window.
Food you refuse to eat?
Probably like cow's tongue.
Okay. I would refuse to eat that too.
Yeah.
Favorite season?
Fall.
Okay. Did you like fall when you were in Florida, or did you start liking it when you got up to New York?
Definitely New York and Indiana as well.
Yeah.
But the seasons
Indiana
really
would be
did
good too. That's true.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Definitely fall.
Top sweet treat?
Anything chocolate, really.
Okay. Your number one like duo partner or like a person to sing with in a musical?
What do you mean by that?
Like,
who would
you could choose any person to sing with in a musical, who would you pick?
I'm gonna stick with the woman who's been my inspiration forever. Her name is Sierra Boggess. She is a Broadway legend, in my opinion. So I'm gonna stick with her. Could choose anyone, but I'm choosing her because she's
perfect.
Magic. Yeah.
Heck yeah. If you had a free day with zero plans, what would you do?
Recently, I've been going to Disney a lot. So I guess I'll say that.
You have been going to Disney a lot.
I just got an annual pass, and I have gone with, do you know Emily Rose and Jeff Flawless? Are you familiar with those vertical people?
I not yet. But I hope
not
to
yet.
Be.
Since I've gone annual pass, I've gone basically every Tuesday since. So that's what I've been doing. And cleaning my apartment is not a fun answer, so we'll go with that.
No, that's not a fun answer. But going to Disney, that works. Lexi, thank you so very much for sitting down and letting us get to know you and just learning about you, the vertical world, and stuff that's coming up. I really appreciate you doing this.
Yeah, this was so fun. Thank you as well. I've had a blast, and you are great at what you do.
Thank you.
You are.
That means a lot. For anyone that wants to find you, social media, whatever, where can they find you?
Instagram, TikTok, my website. If you search Lexi Angel, you will find me. So
there you go. Perfect. for everyone that's watched up to this far, thank you so very much. You guys watching, sharing, liking, commenting, all that stuff, it means the world to me. It makes it possible for me to keep doing what I do, which is getting to talk to amazing people like Lexi here. So please keep doing that. Please liking, please sharing, all of that stuff. It means the world to me. And for those of you that may be new to this podcast, just so you know, Breaking the Meta is about having hard conversations when necessary, fighting to break the status quo, and the idea that all people, no matter your race, religion, gender, or identity, deserve rights, respect, dignity, and safety. Lexi, thank you again. For everyone else, we'll see you next time on Breaking the Meta. Bye, guys.